by introducing my players. First up, I'd like to introduce Deckard Payne, played by
Ryanaga, and Deckard is a blade singer, which is also a wizard, and he's an elf.
Next up, we have Silvia, played by
A returning Cerulean. And Silvia is, as always, a human sorcerer.
All right, and next we have Okoru, played by
Charwolf, and Okuru is a bugbear monk.
excellent. Then we have Raz, played by
Will, and Raz is a half-elf bard.
Elf Bard. And last but not least, we have Azor, played by
Stormy827, and Ager is a half-elf paladin.
excellent. So last time when we played, let me see where things were going. So the party had headed north along a diagonal passageway and come to a kind of outpost. They had encountered a mysterious statue in the north. They had discovered a concealed spike pit trap, which fortunately Raz was the one to explore, as Raz also has Featherfall. And then there was some combat, and in fact, I can remove that. And then a burrowed area was discovered that led off into some kind of long forgotten hallways. And the last thing that happened was that the party had fought a nest of Gricks. And when they came into this space, um, they had heard some sort of crying from behind the door, and someone had shouted out for to be rescued. And the last thing that happened in the session was that Haleth's eyes shone bright red, and he said, "I sense a fine fellow of Daggerford nearby." So, what will you do?
Murder.
What?
I don't know yet.
Okay. What will you actually do?
You said there was a hole in the door, right?
Yeah, it's about waist level.
Uh,
Hey, who the hell are you?
Why, my name is Kellum. I had kind of found this corner of the dungeon, and there was this spell book left behind by a long dead adventurer. And well, when I went to retrieve it, it turned out he wasn't so long dead after all. And the Gricks cut off my escape route, but they don't have any fingers. They couldn't get through the door. So I used my dagger to create a little peephole so I could watch and hopefully escape. Um, when they left to hunt, and well, you came along first.
what do you mean the wizard isn't long dead?
Well, he was eaten by the Gricks, you see.
Oh,
And
okay, so he's
actually,
dead.
to his point, there is a corpse nearby, and now that the Gricks are dead, you can see it. He doesn't seem to have anything of note on him, and he has a lot of beak marks.
I'm gonna sidle back to Haleth and ask, this guy sound like one of your old friends, quote
Yes,
unquote.
yes, he is known as Kellum the Weasel.
Nice.
All right, well, come on out. I'm not gonna hurt you.
Sounds endearing.
Uh, Hold on a second. I'm just making sure that I've.
Okoro looks at Raz confused. Like looks at Raz with the "we're not going to look."
No, this is a Raz thing. I'm making sure I've read through everything I need to read through.
It's bard power. You can't deny it.
Okay. Um, so the door opens, and
I'm gonna subtly cast Shillelagh on Hal on. Well, wait, Haleth's using a quarterstaff, right?
I think so. Yes. He
Okay, I'm
often
gonna
Dark.
uses his fists.
I
I'm
don't think we need to risk, getting him his aura more. What I'm trying to say is I don't think we're going to need any precast. So because he'll
I'm
detect
casting Shillelagh on his.
Okay. Um, just as a reminder, in the last combat, Haleth used his fists, and his fists did like 2d6 plus 4 damage.
Oh,
Yeah, so he's actually like pretty good right now, and he's super strong.
Raz wasn't here for that except in spirit. So, or I'm sorry, Silvia wasn't here except for in spirit. So
That's right. I do remember that now.
and just so the DM could explain, subtle casting would alert, correct? There is no subtle casting.
I
fair enough.
I think that it is, there may be subtle casting. The one thing I can't remember is the full meta magic list.
Oh, okay.
And
Sorcerers have
Silent
have
or
subtle casting or whatever, where they don't have to use
right.
verbal or somatic components.
Yeah, but the thing is, I don't have meta magic yet, and I forgot.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, no,
okay.
we're just letting you know that's why.
That's what you got to get later. Okay.
yeah, and I'd need to look at the specific rules because I'm not sure if the rules are intended to just say, oh, you can do this without needing to meet these
Mhm.
conditions, or oh, you can do this and people can't tell. I mean, the name would
Mhm.
imply one thing, but the rules may say something different.
Anyway, I'm going to usher him out.
So
Okoru's going to get out a shovel.
okay. Kellum actually does not look super good. It looks like he hasn't eaten for a couple of days, and his mouth has like the kind of stringy saliva that indicates that he's dehydrated pretty badly.
Mhm.
Oh, thank you so much for rescue.
Raz is
Haleth?
going to close the door and say, "By the way, I believe you have already met one of our friends."
Haleth, you look dead. As always, Weasel, you are ever observant. And do you know how that might have happened? Um, no. I was on scouting duty at that particular moment.
I don't need to do this, but I'm gonna do it anyway because it's fun.
Mm.
Inside.
Oh,
Can I also roll insight?
you can. I think Will's pretty well aced it. Um, yeah. So the weasel is unsurprisingly lying. Um, the most important thing about his lying is not that he's lying. That's pretty obvious even without the
Mhm.
roll. It's that he's suddenly taking stock of other escape routes from this room and basically using the dialogue as like a way to give him a split second to think.
Okoru is going to, with his monk movement, start eyeing one of those routes and moving in that direction
Is
with
he
his
wearing
shovel.
metal armor by any chance?
Who, Kellen? He's just wearing leather armor. He's a thief, so. Anyways, he says, "Well, I do think that I'll be going here. Please take this spell book as reward for rescuing me."
Raz is just going to whisper the words in his ears, "Naughty, naughty," and cast Dissonant Whispers.
Okay. I
I
don't.
guess we're initiating combat then.
Oh hell yes!
All right.
Okay.
Wisdom saving throw, please. Oh, well, I guess does he have a character sheet or is?
Yeah, he has a character sheet. Hold on just a second.
I guess we're rolling initiative then, huh?
Yeah, I did.
Okay. Wapow. Woo, I'm not slow.
All right.
Wow.
Okori, you are in fact first.
All right. Can we have a map?
Uh, yes.
Okay. Um. Hmm. You know what I'm going to do? I'm going to move down here, and grappling is a melee attack, right?
Yes.
Okay, so I'll have that with 10-foot reach, and I'm going to do a grapple against this guy.
Okay. I don't believe that does damage, but I could be wrong.
It does not,
Okay.
but it will be fun.
Contested athletics.
Okay. Um,
Or
you
I
know,
apparently swing wide.
to your great
My revenge continues.
it seems that the desperation of not having eaten or had anything to drink for a while has given him some sort of freakish strength, and he breaks free in a panic, and that's your turn. So
No, I still have another attack.
yeah, but you only have extra attack if you take the attack action. Is that correct?
That's probably correct. Is grapple not part of the attack action?
That's correct.
Okay. Well, I'll go ahead and
no,
just
it
kick.
says if you're able to make multiple attacks with the attack action, this attack replaces only one of them.
Ah,
Sorry, I was just reading.
no, that's what we needed to know. I thought that the attack action was literally attack.
Nah, this just replaces one with a special attack.
Got it.
Can I try
I'm
again?
gonna regret that
Yes.
later with the monster.
Yes, you are.
Ooh. Wow, I'm bad at this. But it's still contested. Maybe he's worse.
Not sure. Nope, you get him.
Okay. All right. Well,
You rolling that one?
No. But he didn't roll much better, and I mean, that only makes sense. He has been starved for several days and is weakened.
well, I've made melee attacks, so I'm gonna go ahead and kick him in the head
Okay.
while I have him grappled, and he isn't moving anywhere.
Okay.
So
How are you like
he's not,
wrapping your foot around to grapple him?
'cause I'm a bugbear and I have long limbs. Here, be kicked in the head. Oop, that was damage.
Yeah, you only get to.
There we go. Oh, looks like that damage we'll probably take.
Well, you didn't drop it on him.
Oh, okay. Do I have to?
Yeah, that's the only way, unless you target him.
Okay.
You
I'll
have to
try.
drop the damage on him, but well, I can do that. Try to
Sorry.
drop it on him in future. That hit
Yep.
though.
I just forgot. Okay. And Okor will say to his allies, "Go ahead and knock him down. We'll all beat on him. This will be fun."
Okay. Now I believe it's Deckard Payne's turn.
I'm just gonna shoot him with fire.
Yeah, that would be prudent.
Okay, that's my turn.
Yeah, he's pretty heavily wounded at this point.
Where in the initiative order is Howl?
Right after Kellum.
Okay.
You can look by pressing little swords in the top right corner.
Cool.
And he swings his short sword at Raz quickly. Boop.
I would like to.
You would like to?
I was gonna say I was gonna cutting words that, but it's fine.
Okay. You take some damage from his short sword stab, and then Haleth walks up to him.
Finish him.
just check this. He gets to make 2 fist attacks. Wow. Come on. Do it for me.
Yay.
So Haleth swings once and Kellum dodges out of the way, but the second one lined him up. He is punched in the face
Nice.
and is beaten to death. And then Haleth proceeds to punch Kellum's corpse into a bloody pile. And so there is
Okoros is holding him there as a punching bag, just helping this happen.
Yeah, it's there are some spider web, stress fractures on the concrete as a result of how this blows, and it's pretty fucking disturbing. On the plus side, you guys did get a spell book.
Raz is
Cool.
going to toss it Deckard's way.
Thank you.
Does this thing?
I mean, I don't think any of the rest of us can use it, so.
I mean, if there's ritual spells in there, I might be able to when I get another invocation.
Okay, so this is going to Deckard. So I'm putting this into your inventory, but it has dragon heads that you can drag directly to your spell list.
Okay.
So there's that. And then as for
Okoru pats Howl on the shoulder and smiles at him. Was this weasel? Was he a human?
yes, he was.
That was ugly, stupid human. There are better humans than that one. And he looks at Silvia. Better humans.
Indeed.
Oh, thanks.
How kind.
So additionally, as you loot through the remains of the pummeled rogue, you find 5 platinum pieces, 24 gold pieces, 4 silver pieces, and a depleted explorer's pack. So it contains a backpack, a bedroll, a mess kit, a tinderbox, 10 torches, 1 day of rations, a water skin, which is empty, and 50 feet of hempen rope. Does anybody want that?
We can all stick it on Okoru.
Mm-hmm.
No point in
I-
wasting it.
I want more rope. Then I have 100 feet of rope. Who knows what I could do with 100 feet of rope? But it probably involves BDSM.
Deckard, would you please add 4 gold pieces and 4 silver pieces to your inventory?
Gladly.
Thank you.
4 gold and 4 silver. Is that what you said?
I'm gonna
Yes.
press the digitate to clean up Haleth and Okoru real quick.
By the way, Okoru, just so we're aware, when I say I'm not going to harm him, I had no intention of hurting him. I had every intention of letting Haleth beat him into a bloody pulp.
Which is exactly what happened.
Learn to speak Bard.
Layers, mask. Okay, so now... Yeah, this is how it goes. Oops. Okay. And like so. And then...
Raz, that
We
Oh,
didn't
should
catch
we
that.
roll for...
Yes. Yes, everyone should roll for their perception checks for the game.
Right.
okay.
Wow.
Holy shit.
I'm so glad we got
Well-
all those out of the way early.
Yeah.
Deckard's like, I don't really need to work right now, thank you.
Apparently. Yeah, I'm too busy in the spell book.
So,
what spells are in there?
There are. Oh yeah, that's relevant for you, isn't it?
Yeah.
Blight, Burning Hands, Comprehend Languages, Dark Vision, Dispel Magic, False Life, Feign Death, Gust of Wind, Invisibility, Lightning Bolt, and Sleep.
Woof.
I would just like to make the comment that anybody that died to Grix while possessing Blight is a scrub. Because that's some heavy duty spell casting right there. So anyways, so at
I guess we should get you some money so you can scribe some of those spells into your personal spell book.
Oh, he can put them in. The way that I generally do it is that I know that people are going to be able to do it, and I also know that you
Mhm.
guys will generally have so much money that it almost doesn't matter. So what I usually say is you just sort of tear it out of the spell book, press it to the binding of yours, and it adds itself.
Oh, nice.
Yeah. So if there's anything that you can use at this level, you can add it directly to your spell book. It won't be prepared because you haven't rested,
Right.
but it will be available for selection later.
But essentially, it's torn out, so I need to ask Sylvia what she wants me to keep. Correct?
Oh, yes, and there's one other
Okay.
thing, which is, did I tell you about what's the mode? Preparation mode?
Yes.
Okay, then we're all set. Um, so why don't you guys take a second to discuss that and let me know when you're ready to continue.
Essentially, the Eldritch Invocation that I'm going to pick when I get my next Warlock level lets me copy rituals into my
Okay.
book.
Rituals. Mhm.
So I think Comprehend Language is the only one in that. I think.
Could you repeat them real fast?
Sure. It's Blight, Burning Hands, Comprehend, Dark Vision, Dispel Magic, False Life, Feign Death, Gust of Wind, Invisibility, Lightning Bolt, and Sleep.
I think Dispel Magic might also be. I forget.
No, it is unfortunately
No.
not a ritual.
Damn.
Unfortunately. Yeah. All right. Well, I'll save comp for you.
I'm gonna
Thank you,
check
thank
the
you.
closet just to see how dumb this guy was.
I'm sorry, you're gonna do what?
I'm checking the closet just to see how stupid this guy was in case there's like a secret door here.
Oh, no, there's absolutely no secret door. This closet has a few shelves that are left on it. They're mostly up around collarbone level. Um, and then there's one shelf that's higher than that still, but there's nothing on any of them. And this area is pretty solidly constructed. It was mostly dug into natural stone, and aside from affixing the shelves to the wall, they didn't really do much else with it.
Well, at least your ex-party member wasn't a complete idiot. Just mostly an idiot.
Well, fortunately, we won't have to suffer that particular fool any longer.
Nope. One down, two more to go.
Indeed.
All right, Okoru, do your thing.
Oh, I guess I'm rolling stealth.
Oh, add a D4 to that because bless, not
Okay.
bless.
Guidance.
Guidance. Thank you.
No problem.
20.
Okay. So then let me go ahead and I'm just going to go ahead and elucidate this particular passageway.
Yes, hallucinate the passageway.
I said elucidate. So when you make your way all the way down to the end of the hallway, you don't know if it's particularly apparent on the other side, but on this side you can actually see a couple of different gears and mechanical things that represent a secret door. You're on the other side of the secret door than you guess people are supposed to be on.
Oh, okay.
So,
So this looks like a secret door?
yep, there's some sort of space beyond it.
Okay. Uh, is it obvious to Okoru how to open the secret door, not just that it exists?
Yeah, you think you have a pretty good sense of which way the gears are going to open the door up.
Okay. Well, since everybody happens to be here, Okoru slowly opens the door.
Okay, so there's a room beyond, and I'm going to reveal it first and then read the description. Uh, huh. Right, I remember this room now. Let me just check my notes real quick. This was 6. Okay, so on the other side of the door, there's a really important feature of the room. a sleeping Grick. It's coiled up in the southernmost section of the room, and it appears to be asleep. Um, it looks kind of full and lumpy, as if it has recently eaten some sort of meal. Um, and it doesn't seem to have taken notice of you. However, perhaps more importantly than the Grick is what's directly above it. On the 20-foot high ceiling is an upside down stone throne, seated upon which is a mummified minotaur with gems embedded in his eyes. There is a great axe that lies at the foot of the throne on the ceiling. Let's see here. There's also some stone debris that's strewn across the floor near that throne, and across the ceiling near that throne and the floor of the room.
Why do I have the feeling that if we go inside, we'll flip upside down?
That could be so.
I have
Quick,
my
send
reaction.
Okoro.
Does the Minotaur look like
No,
it could
skull
be
later.
shot down?
You could try. I mean, it is seated on the throne, and it has one hand that's kind of not on the actual what do you call it, armrest. It's sort of off to the side, and it's hanging as if the ceiling is what the hand is being pulled towards. If that gives you any indication.
Okaru, don't try it. Gravity is reversed.
Now
Wait, could we like softly
this.
toss something in there, like a piece of paper or something?
Well, what I was going to mention, because this is relevant, do you remember the stone debris that I mentioned? Well, there's the area around the Grick and underneath that particular throne where the debris is on the ceiling. However, throughout most of the room, the debris is on the floor and none of it is on the ceiling. So the debris seems to be giving you a pretty solid indication of exactly the extent to which this particular effect engages the room, if that makes any sense.
Shall we sneak attack a Grick?
Let's see if we can get that. That's a statue.
It seems to actually be the mummified remains of a minotaur.
But the throne is made of stone.
Yes,
I
it is.
already have a Minotaur skull. I do not.
It also
Let's see
has.
if we can. Let's see if we can get that nonsense to fall on the Grick.
We no, the throne is solidly attached to the ceiling by the look of it. We'd have to move it out of the area of anti-gravity.
Well, you might want to try making some rolls, casting some spells, seeing what happens. Although any of that may awaken the Grick if it is in fact asleep.
This seems larger than the Grix that we engaged before.
It is.
It's a big mama.
Let me see if I know anything about the anti-gravity area with an Arcana roll.
Go for it. Anybody else can make that roll as well. Oh, when I say everyone else, people that are proficient in the skill, in this one particular case. But we have sufficient rolls that we have an answer. So reverse gravity is generally a permanent or semi-permanent enchantment effect, and so reverse gravity means that the throne itself doesn't actually have to be affixed to the ceiling, as Raz had thought. It's just being held there by the force of reverse gravity. That said, reverse gravity is, I think it's actually in the PHB, but it's it's a fairly standard spell. It is possible that if any of you have Dispel Magic, you might just be able to cast it, get rid of the effect.
I wish I did,
You
but
mean
I'm a
like?
level away.
Let me see
Wait a
here.
minute. Don't you just have it in that book?
Oh yeah, I do.
But he'd have to take time to learn it.
Well, he could cast it and consume the spell, but he wouldn't be able to add it to his spell book later using that spell.
It's probably worth it if we have no other way to get rid of it.
Incidentally, the roll that you came up with indicates I was mistaken. Reverse gravity is a 7th level transmutation spell, but that
Oh.
gives you a sense of like the level of magic you're attempting to dispel.
Mm-hmm. So that
So
would be
my thought is let's just beat the ever loving shit out of the Grick. Then let's rest, let Deckard learn his new spell, and then we can attempt all this. Like, while it'd be cool to drop the thing on the Grick's head, I mean, that's like what 1d6, 2d6 falling damage.
2d10 falling damage.
Okay, fair. Firebolt does as much damage as wasting a dispel magic on that.
Right.
Okoru is for Raz's suggestion of beating things up.
Okay. Well, at this
Yeah.
point, if you guys literally do anything, like if you aren't rolling a stealth check, you won't get a surprise round because everybody's assembled at this particular spot. So even just moving away could be enough noise to wake it up. So you guys going for surprise or no?
I've already stealthed, so this is up to other folks.
I'll give it a shot.
Why not? I will cast Bless on myself. Not Bless, Guidance.
Okay.
Clank, clank.
Yep.
Let me see here. Okay.
Not that it matters.
Okay.
Ador goes, "We're being super stealthy right now." Clang, 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 clang,
In the
clang.
future, Azure is not allowed to participate in surprise rounds.
I'm cool with that.
You guys are gonna have to stick an elven cloak on him. So, as for combat, can everybody else roll initiative? It's
Okay.
new
Sure.
combat, new initiative.
Oof.
Oh, there goes. There I go back to my old speed values.
and okay, of course.
Okay. So the first person in the round is going to be Azure, and the Grick has awoken now, listening to Pots and Pans fighter over here. And so now that you've made as much noise as Blitzcrank, what are you going to do?
Well,
Could you
I've
repeat
also
this?
waddle out and throw ghost in
Wait,
my hand with
bef-
javelin.
before you throw, add a -5 to your throw.
Okay.
Could you remove Bless from everyone who
Yeah.
has it on them?
Yes.
Because that's from the last.
1 second. I got it off of Azure first. Deckard and Okoru.
Nope.
Okay, so when you hurl um, the javelin starts sailing towards the creature, and then it hits the edges of the reverse gravity field, and it starts to go up. But the momentum is not sufficient, or is sufficient to carry it through the field. At which point it starts to go down again. So it seems like the creature in that particular location has some sort of protection of sorts against against ranged attacks. And there's one other thing that I want to do, but while I'm doing that, Haleth is going to be next, so I'll deal with him in a second. I want to go to pointers, draw a square. There we go. There we go. So this square represents
Mhm.
the very clearly delineated area of the reverse gravity field. Okay? So for Haleth, he's going to go 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30. I think that's right. Let me just make sure I got the range correct. Yeah, 30 feet is fine. He's going to attempt. Oh, marvelous. So Haleth rushes into the room and his eyes burn with dark coals. And he succeeds at paralyzing and frightening the Grick.
Wow.
Deckard, you're up.
So how does the paralyzation interact with the anti-gravity if I'm going to try and hit him with a missile attack?
Uh, what kind of missile?
Well, for example, a bolt of some sort.
Oh, magic is unaffected by the field, but
Okay.
things that are projectiles like arrows
Okay.
will be affected.
And now a magic dagger, aka the Shadow Blade, would that be affected?
No, it's not affected by gravity.
Okay. Because it's magic, I see. All right, so I'm going to use my bonus action to cast that.
Okay.
All right. So I have that, and then I'm going to throw it.
Okay, so you've hit.
All right, so I am. I'm rolling this as a regular rapier, but there's an extra d8 because it's normally 2d8.
Okay.
Partially resisted.
Yeah, it was supposed to be partially resisted because it was assuming that was a regular rapier as opposed to the shadow
Right.
blade.
Understood.
And that was something that you'd observed on the other
Other
Grick.
gricks. Right,
So I'm
correct.
just going to set it to the correct value.
Okay.
And yeah, anything else?
Nope.
Silvia, you are up.
Okay. Gonna move over here,
Uh-huh.
and I'm gonna use one of my pact magic slots to fire off a guiding bolt. Oh, hell yes.
Wow.
Wow. Holy shit!
Oh, wow.
Okay. So Silvia Sylvia manages to tap into your pact magic? So this is from your
My
patron.
flu is over, people.
Yeah, Sylvia taps into the energy of her patron and finds it to be overflowing. Fires off a massive, brilliant guiding bolt, which impacts the Grick and causes an explosion of red ribbons of blood. The creature is now definitely bloodied and extremely injured. Okoro, what will you do?
5, 10, 15, 20, 25,
See if we
30,
can.
35, 40. It's hammer time.
Okay.
Bam. But ow.
You hit. Wait, yes, you hit.
All right, one more.
Oh, hold up a second. Hold up a
Oh,
second.
okay.
Shit. You weren't supposed to get advantage on the second one. It was only supposed to be for one attack.
Wait, no, but he's incapacitated due to the paralyzation.
Oh, that's what it came from. Okay, then everything's fine. All right, we're cool. So,
Okay.
you swing your hammer twice. Once against the bloody exploded area that Sylvia created, and then the second time was all it took for the creature to die. Now, when it dies, it had been curled up on the ground, and now that it's dead, it seems to sort of be barely hanging on to the floor and being drawn towards the ceiling at this particular point. Yeah, its body's kind of dangling upwards at the moment. So what's the plan?
Up and count
Someone grab the
to
corpse.
commission a pay.
The Minotaur corpse?
No, the corpse of the thing that has an adventure inside of it that we're going to cut open. We'll deal with the Minotaur corpse later.
I mean, we got tons of rope.
I mean, I have long limbs. I could just grab it from here.
Okay, I don't have a problem with that. You also have like was it sturdy build, double lift load, something like that.
Mhm.
Anyways, the creature is exceedingly heavy. This is some kind of super grick, and you pull it out of the area, and actually part of pulling it creates a new problem for you, which for a moment threatens to hurl you towards the ceiling. It seems that gricks are capable of sticking to walls through some
Hmm.
mechanic, and when you tug on it, the sticky section that was stuck to the floor comes undone, and it suddenly starts to heave ceilingwards. But thanks to your incredible strength, you manage to pull the creature's corpse outside of the reverse gravity field, and then it very suddenly woof, lands on the ground. Um, when you dig around inside the creature's gut through the recently and conveniently created hole by Silvia, you find that the inside of the grick contains one, two, three, about four goblins in various stages of digestion. Now, you search through all of that gore, all of that horrific smell, and
Ugh.
ultimately it turns out that they didn't have anything. If they had short swords or something like that, it was apparently dropped on the ground when the creature ate them. And given its size, goblins are kind of like popcorn chicken for this thing.
Well, I tried.
Worth a
Now for
shot.
the fun part, the obvious trap.
Yeah, what's the plan?
So we gonna lasso that mummy too?
I mean, Raz is just going to walk on toward. How tall is the ceiling?
20 feet high.
Going to walk into the anti-gravity zone,
You immediately are hurled towards the ceiling.
and as a reaction, Featherfall.
Or Cora will do it too.
I don't have that many reactions.
I
Okay.
can't take falling damage.
Okay.
That's a feature of monks.
Slow fall. I can take falling damage, but it has to be more than 25 damage to actually hurt me.
Oh, that's part of Kensai?
Beginning at 4th level, you can use your reaction when you fall to reduce any falling damage by an amount equal to 5 times your monk level. It's just a basic 4th level monk.
Oh, cool. Okay. Well, anyways, the both
I've
of you.
learned to fall onto stuff, like dicks.
So you both step into the anti-gravity field, or the reverse gravity field, I should say, and you are pushed towards the ceiling, and both of you are able to slow that descent so that it is rough but not damaging. When you make it up to the ceiling, you can see your compatriots down below staring up at you, and it's a little disorienting for a moment because even though you know that you're in a reverse gravity field, it feels like you could just fall at any moment towards what you know is the floor. So, all in all, you managed to gather up everything around here. There is a banded agate in one eye of the Minotaur skull. There's a zircon in the other one, and there is a great axe at the feet of the Minotaur.
I want the axe. Also, I want the Minotaur skull.
Okay.
Can I? I'm just going to investigate around the chair, etc., etc. So can I make an investigation?
Yeah, go for it.
I'm going to guidance myself.
Okay.
Lord knows I needed it. 13.
Okay. The great axe is in your inventory, by the way, Okoru.
Okay.
So you move around the throne, and the throne actually, it's kind of funny. It's not an especially well-made throne. I- in non-game terms, it's kind of like a throne that you might find in like um, an amusement park, something where it just has to look enough like it for the purposes of a ride to qualify. Um, and so the entire thing is just made out of molded stone. It was probably even literally made with the spell mold stone, and attached here, well, by gravity some ages ago. Um, you kind of look around, see if there's any other compartments or anything to it, but ultimately, yeah, no, this is just one solid piece of stone
Is it attached to the ground?
by gravity.
Hey, Silvia, could you take a few steps back?
All right.
Okoru, could you push us out of the anti-gravity zone?
Oh, the throne?
Yeah.
All right. Well, first he takes the. Can he take the mummy's body out of the throne?
Yeah, if he wants to.
Okay, he wants to. Uh, and he picks up the minotaur carefully, respectfully actually,
Hmm.
and lays it on the ceiling floor,
Right.
and says, "I bet you were really hot in life. We'll honor you by finding a use for you in death." And he takes the skull.
Right. So
And he puts the skull in the bag, and then grunts and starts seeing if he can push this stone throne.
yes.
All right.
So you get a good grip on it. The throne moves across the ground fairly easily, especially for you, and you're able to push it out. Once it's outside of the reverse gravity field, you have a moment again where the sudden change in gravity nearly means that you're pulled towards the floor, but you let go and lose your grip, and it falls to the floor and shatters. It creates a kind of a cloud of dust, and yeah, there's just a whole bunch of stone debris down there. If that had actually fallen on the Grick, it actually probably would have killed it. It was pretty fucking heavy, and it was absolutely solid stone, unlike a lot of furniture.
Okoro takes a running jump out of the gravity field. Whee!
And your clothes sort of ripple as the air moves by, and you manage to descend peacefully.
He says, I've been thrown out of buildings by tieflings since childhood. That was nothing."
Okay. I unfortunately don't have any first level spell slots and don't feel like using a second level spell slot. Someone want to play catch?
Hey, Hal, come over here a minute.
Oh, wait a second. No, no, if Okoru can slow fall, if Okoru is carrying someone and slow falls, can he just carry someone down to safely?
Let's just get Hal to catch him.
Silvia wants to see the hotness.
Alex?
Oh, so sorry. Sorry about that. Yeah, so Haleth moves over. I've made a roll for him, and I believe he succeeded. So he manages to catch you on your way down.
Daw.
Raz just dusts herself off, being like, "And that's what a stone chair gets for not having treasure in it."
Okay. Anything else?
I think
Treasure
we
is
should
lame. We
continue
need more
exploring.
skulls.
You got a friggin' axe out of this.
Yeah, who wants this axe? Who wants to axe a question?
Are you gonna do anything else with the axe, or
Is it?
Like
I
identify it or
detect
Detect
magic?
magic is a ritual.
Yeah.
I I mean, I have held the axe.
Oh yeah, I
Yeah.
mean nothing happened to you when you held the axe. It is not actually magical. It's a fine axe as these things go. And great weapons are actually generally kind of difficult to get your hands on. So yeah, you have a great axe.
Yeah, this is cool. He shows it to Hal, and says, "Well, Hal." He kind of holds it up toward, like, holds it up vertically next to him. I get the feeling this isn't your kind of thing.
No, I was generally more comfortable with maces, although I must say my fists have become quite the weapon of late.
Into fisting. I understand. All right. He he puts the great axe into the bag. This will be useful later.
Okuru, go explore.
Yeah.
You're going
So
into the naughty corner.
where will you head from here?
Boop.
Okay. Uh,
What's down there?
let's see here. Give me a moment.
Peer down the passage a bit.
through here, up through here, and boop. It turns out that it loops back around and goes to that passageway that you originally came through. So all in all, it looks like you fully
Whee!
explored this area. Do you need arrows to help you out from here? Actually,
Let's check out that
Oh,
secret. We can either check out the. We found a secret door to the north, but we also found that one secret door down to the very south.
yes.
So, do you guys want to vote?
I will do what Deckard wants to do.
Let's go south.
Okay.
So,
Move yourselves down to the 5-foot arrow to the south. Okay. And this is just a second to do a quick review. Okay, that's good. All right.
as they pass by the pit again, uh, Okoro looks down at the pit and is like, "Oh, there's not a second one."
Nope. There's just the one pit. So, are you going stealth? Or are you just gonna barge right in? What's the deal?
Yeah, I'll stealth.
Okay.
Have a guidance.
I will sneak, take a peek.
Yes, according to the rules, or at least there's two spells. One of the spells bases it off of adjacent ones, and one of them bases it off of your spellcasting location. And I can't remember which one is which. So let me check T. I don't see Thunderwave in here.
See, I always how I played it in the Tuesday night game, I could like start the corner of it at the corner of my,
Well,
but I could rotate it in 3D, go like corner to corner slightly, if you know what I mean.
well, I do, but the question is not whether or not you can rotate it, it's where it is. Thunderwave. Let's see. This action is. Uh, okay. This is the one that I was thinking of. So I'm going to grab a quick pointer. All right. So this is a 15-foot cube. So you can have the cube fit like this. You can have the cube fit like this, like this, like this, like this. Actually, is it animating while I'm dragging it?
Very with a very long delay.
Okay. So basically, you can sort of put it on a corner like this, or this.
No, but like what I'm asking is, can I do? And this is going to be a bit complex.
Well, I haven't heard what it is that you're trying to do, so that's what the silence is about. What?
Hang on a second. It's harder to do with this than it is in Roll 20.
Okay.
Essentially, if you rotate the cube in 3D, you can go from corner to corner. Not just have the cube flat with the ground, but have it.
So you can kind of like extend the range of the
Yeah,
cube.
yeah. I worked out the math. It actually extends things to about 26 feet.
No. No, you can't do that. You can push it up into the air because, you have your cube is three-dimensional, so you can do it off the corner up into the air and do 15 feet in that direction. But no, you cannot extend the range to 26 feet.
Oh, God. I mean,
No,
it's still a 15-foot cube, though.
I hear
So
you, but there's no good way to represent that in the program.
also
Fair
by
enough.
D&D rules, a 15-foot cube is a specific thing, not a mathematical thing, unfortunately.
Right. It has to do with this grid rather than actual geometry.
Damn.
Sorry. Anyways, so with that addressed, let me also put that on the ground. And I gotta start trying to get this thing all revealed. All right, so we're gonna start like this. There. And start like that there. And then I want to get like here. And then I want to get here. And I'll do a little bit more. Actually, especially since it's a straight passageway. Well, I should have done that first. That's fine. This is about what you can see of the room. You, from your particular angle, you catch sight of some sort of granite statue or something where that star is on the map.
Mm-hmm.
You can hear the sounds of some squabbling goblins emanating from a tunnel leading north, and I'm going to reveal just a little bit there so that you can tell that there's a tunnel there. So there's a sound of that heading off to the north. It doesn't sound like it's especially close, but it's loud enough for you to hear it. So there's goblins in the vicinity, and that's about all you can see from the secret passageway.
He looks behind him and says, "More goblins to kill." He goes into the room. Sneak, sneak, sneak. Sneak, sneak, sneak. Sneak, 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 sneak.
You are now
I'm
in
gonna
the room.
stealth in too.
Don't forget you have guidance. And you can use it on yourself.
Oh, true.
So now that you're further into the room, the
Uh huh.
statue in question is life size. It depicts a dwarf king standing atop a 3-foot high stone pedestal. Sprouting from the king's neck is a deformed and mostly featureless second head with an elongated, toothless mouth. The inscriptions on the pedestal have been worn away, and on the king's brow rests an engraved stone circlet, and his large hands grasp the handle of a stone warhammer, the head of which is planted at his feet. Now, due to your perception checks, you notice that the king's warhammer is a separate piece of stone that can be rotated, that haft of wood. Um, and yeah, in fact, you think if you were to take that stone head of the warhammer on the ground and attach it to the haft, it'd be a little easier even to rotate. It's currently tilted towards that eastern tunnel, um, but it seems like the haft only goes forwards or backwards, so towards the tunnel or back towards the secret passageway in the terms of this map. Is that clear?
So
Yeah.
the head of the hammer actually isn't like attached to the hammer right now, or it looks like it can be disconnected.
It's already disconnected. It's on the
Oh,
floor at the base of the pedestal. It looks like it probably fell off because someone pulled the warhammer in his hands towards that eastern passageway, and then it seems like the head of the warhammer came off at that point and sort of clattered to the ground, and you guess they gave up?
hmm. Well, Okuru is more distracted by goblins at the moment.
Okay.
Peek around the corner.
Hold on a second. Okay, now I have to do some. Oh, that's not right. Oh, before I do that, I want to do a thingy this time so I can do this properly. Okay. Um, mask mode. So that's 60 feet. Okay. There. Okay. So when you peer around the corner, it actually sounds quite a bit louder at this point. It sounds like there may be a number of goblins, and they seem to be fighting about something. And yeah, it's a little hard to make out because the stone hallway actually distorts their voices in a weird way, the echo, anyways. And so, yeah, you're not quite sure exactly what it is they're fighting about.
Do I think that can I reasonably hear like some of the voices coming out of the hallway to the east there, to the southeast of me? Do I think maybe there's some goblins over there, or do they still sound like they're pretty far down the hallway?
I'm looking. It seems like there could be stuff in that general direction, but you don't hear any specific noise from them. In other words, all the fighting is coming from the north of here, not from the south.
Okay. He's gonna turn around and kind of usher people into the room with a all clear.
I love that you give the all clear, and then the natural reaction of every person in the party is like, I don't believe that. I'm going to do a stealth check.
Well, I did a stealth check because I was going up more towards the goblins. But
Gotcha.
I was just trying to get our loud knight to do it, and he did. So
Yeah, so Azure just kind of
Clack,
clatters.
clack, 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 clack.
Yeah, you kind of stumble into the room. Wait for me, guys! And you make a horrid racket. And as soon as you do, um, the noise kind of echoes around because the construction of stone, and you can hear some creatures from the eastern hallway, as well as a little bit from the south, and the goblins from the north have suddenly become alarmed. So, why doesn't everybody roll initiative?
Woohoo!
I mean, take solace in the fact that you were screwed either way, a 1 or a 2.
Boo!
Okay, I think everybody's rolled. Uh,
Has
2,
Howl
4,
rolled?
5. No, I just leave him where he is.
wow, that's a lot of goblins.
Indeed. So, let me see. First up is Raz.
One second. Let's see here. I will take. You know what I'm gonna do? I'm going to cast Bless on Okoru, Deckard, and Silvia.
Thank you.
Oh wait, actually, this is second level, so I'm also going to cast it on Haleth, and then I'm going to use my 30 feet of movement to run the fuck away.
Be well, my children. Goodbye.
Yeah, I'm gonna just drop Bless on everyone.
I believe in you! But it's just safer over here. Let me know when you're all set.
I'm done.
Let me draw some pointers so that I can figure out how far he can get from here. Oh.
Oh, actually, wait, no. Bonus action, Bardic Inspiration on Silvia.
Thank you again.
Okay. Alith moves forward to be in better position to support you guys. He raises his fists and looks menacingly about. Next
You
up
have darts if you need to throw things.
is Deckard Payne.
Okay. Um,
Mhm.
I will use my last use or my last second level spell to get my Shadow Blade up. And I'll just kind of vacantly stare.
Okay, that seems valid. Silvia, you're going to be up next.
All right, I'm going to move slightly back, and then I'm going to cast Shillelagh on myself. Do I have anything else I can use? Probably not. Not as a bonus action. Nope. So, that's it.
Okay.
Oh, wait a minute. Shillelagh is a bonus action. What am I talking about? Shit.
The dodge action is never a bad idea.
That is an excellent point.
Or you can set up a what's the word I'm looking for? A reserved action or whatever it
Ready
is.
action.
Ready to
Yeah, a
action.
ready to action to blast whatever comes through that hallway.
Yeah, already an Eldritch Blast for whatever runs out.
Okay. Um, a bugbear comes around the corner.
Pew
A
pew.
Eldritch Blast.
Okay,
Okay,
so
then.
the first one is a hit.
Okay. Oh, I do get both beams. Okay. Okay.
Max. Whoa, goodbye. We're rolling Chris tonight.
Going on.
Holy shit!
So you guys are suddenly reminded of why it isn't actually wise to surprise Sylvia. She was on a hair trigger, and when that bugbear came skidding around the corner, she just simply whirled on it, fired off one blast from one hand, which seared away a good chunk of its flesh, and then the other hand seems to have struck critically, and the creature's skeleton drops to the floor.
What is Sylvia? Remind me what your Eldritch Blast looks like.
I mean, this is supposed to be holy magic, but holy shit.
Indeed.
So a holy bugbear, Sylvia. He's
Yeah,
full of holes.
he's pretty annihilated.
Or her. Could be her.
Could be her.
I didn't see. You can't tell anymore. They don't have a spine.
You might be able to tell if there's a little bit of the hip bone remaining.
Um, so at this point, another bugbear comes racing around the corner, apparently undaunted by the immediate death of his fellow. And when he gets there, he shouts out in alarm uh, and hurls a javelin at Sylvia, which misses. 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30. Another bugbear comes racing around the corner, hurls another javelin, attempting to get revenge for his fellow, and hits. And Silvia takes a javelin to the side. Next up is Okoru.
Okay. Mm, 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, 35, and time to lay the hammer down. Oh, damn it, I've rolled my damage again first. I'm sorry. I'll get this someday.
Well, at least you managed to
Nice.
hit. And this is against number 2. Boop.
Okay. I'm going to do an unarmed strike as my second attack.
Okay.
You did the
Um,
damage twice.
Oh, god damn it. Got it.
okay. Sorry, that's entirely my fault. One day I will learn the system.
Okay.
And then I will, for my bonus action, go ahead and give him another kick to the head.
You hit. Oh. Okay. So you,
And uh, because because one of my attacks, my regular attacks, was an unarmed strike, my AC goes up 2.
excellent. You all set?
Yep,
Okay.
that's it for me.
So you race around the corner. You skid to a halt in front of the 2 bugbears to sort of block off any escape from you with your warhammer, I believe it is,
Hmm.
in your hands, and you clobber one of the creatures, and then you attempt to swing again, and it manages to deflect it, and then finally you give it a kick to the head, and the creature has blood pouring out of its nose. It looks in really bad shape. That was quite the pummeling you gave it. But now it's time for Azor.
Yep, I'm gonna take maximum steps here and throw a javelin at number 2.
Okay. You hit. Ah, the javelin sails across the distance between you and impacts the creature in the chest. It falls to the ground, just dead and gone, and it gurgles its last breath. I think you have a second attack with javelins, though.
Really? I can interact with 2 javelins?
Well, it's the same attack essentially. You're just throwing multiple weapons.
Right, but I always read that you can't throw 2 javelins because of the action economy. You can't interact with 2 separate javelins due to the freeness of it, but
Really? Let me check on that real quick. Let me see here. Thrown weapons. Oh, there it is, 5e. Let's see, thrown property. T. Thrown property. You can throw the weapon, make a range happen. Melee. That's
I would think Alex may disagree actually looking at the rules, but I would think if you have 2 javelins, that is part of your move action. Once you've thrown the first one, you could get at the second one and throw that too.
I'm uncertain. I'm not immediately seeing anything that's just thrown weapons extra. There it is. That's what I needed. Checking the Reddit. Okay, so rules as written. Thrown weapons have to be drawn before they can be thrown. Drawing them doesn't come as part of the attack. This is in contrast to ammunition-based weapons like bows and crossbows. You can draw 1 weapon for free each turn. So you could be already holding 2 if you don't have a shield. Throw both of them and then draw and throw a third. So you could do up to 3 extra attacks in a turn at the later levels if you follow this particular example. You are right that there is a limitation. Although, interestingly enough, darts Darts still follow the thrown weapon rules, so you can get into trouble and have limitations around them. So you are right. I'm willing to let you throw 2 of them. Do you actually use a shield?
No, I use a two-handed weapon. That's why I figure I can only use one at a time.
No, you just basically have one in each hand. You throw one, pass it to the other, and throw again.
While holding a great sword too.
No, no, no. Okay, I'm with you now. So you can throw the one, and that's it.
Yep.
Okay. Then that's it for your turn, right?
Yep.
Okay. 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30. A goblin races up and peers around the corner. It's true. There's attackers. Alert! And then he fires off a short bow. Wait a minute. Let me. He attacks himself. Haha. Let me. I had to drop the arrow or the thing somewhere.
Par for the course for goblins.
No.
Okay. So then, in light of that, I'm gonna have
He
him.
commits seppuku.
I'm gonna have. Oh, I'm gonna have him just attack Haleth because he doesn't take a penalty to trying to attack him. Oh, he hits, and that is probably a terrible mistake on his part. He does damage though. So the hero goblin gets a ghetto crit. And next up is another goblin. 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30. Let me check his distance on this because he might be pretty much at the limit. And I also need to see. I think he's gonna get a -2 to this one. Fires off his short bow. And amazingly enough, still manages to land the fucking thing. Peppering Haleth with another max damage arrow. Next up is another goblin. 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30. He comes up from the south. Let me see if he can. I want to check distances here. Okay, so they're both 55 away. Okay, that's well within range. So he's going to target that one. Boop. He fires off a short bow, and it comes dangerously close to hitting, but is deflected off of your defensive effects at the last possible second. Another goblin comes out. 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30. Actually, I'm going to have him, move to here. I also need to get rid of that pointer because it's not for anything. And then he's going to fire off his short bow at Haleth. Gets a crit! Holy shit, what is with these goblins? My rolls are amazing.
The last time we faced goblins and bugbears, they really liked beating the shit out of owls, so.
Well, he also happens to really be the only person within their visual radius. So he takes another one. He's now peppered with 3 arrows sticking out of him. And another goblin's going to come around the corner.
Are you sure this isn't how you died, Howl?
25, 30. It just might be, he says, as another arrow sails towards him, and finally one misses. He manages to dodge out of the way. What the fuck is... Oh my god, I created a clone of Azure. Let me delete that. There we go. He was in the...
It's an evil Azure!
He was in the wall. And
then Starmie's like, "Hey, where'd my character sheet go?"
oh my god, that would be so funny. For a split second. 5, 10, 15, 20, 25. He's going to stop here. He sees the arrows in Haleth and fires off yet another one, landing a 4th blow and 5 points of damage. Another goblin, 5, 10, 15, 20, 25. I think he's going to be here. And he's going to take a -2 to his attack. Fires off his short bow. He hits.
Are they out of range? Is that why they're taking -2, or is that a cover penalty?
Cover penalty.
Ah.
The range for short bows is 80 feet. And I've been checking distances. So, anyways, that's another one. So then yet another goblin is 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30. Moves into position. Fires his short bow off at Silvia. It is deflected by your magical field. Another goblin is up. 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30. Don't you guys wish you had Fireball right now? Fires an arrow at Haleth. Manages to miss.
I mean, I have a bunch of
5,
like
10. Or let's try this.
AoE spells, but
15.
not enough to deal with all those different groups.
I think he is better off going this way. 5, 10, 15, 20, 25. I'm not sure he can even target Haleth from there. Let's see. No, he cannot. Cool. That goblin loses his turn. Next up, 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30. And then let's see if he has. I don't think he can see Haleth either. Nope. So that goblin ends his turn. Goblin. 10, 20, 30. Moves to here. Fires off a short bow. Misses. Next goblin. 5, 10, 15, 25, 30. Yeah, he can't see him either. 5, 10,
They keep
15.
coming.
Yeah, they do. I've still got multiple goblins to go. 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30. Still going. 5, 10, 15, 20.
All because Azure sounds like he dropped a grand piano.
Yeah, I think every monster in the dungeon might be on its way, given that particular roll. 5, 10, 15, 25, 30. Still more
Like,
goblins. Moves to here. This goblin, 5,
hey, I'm
15,
tanking. I'm
25.
taunting the whole dungeon.
Yeah, trying to get poor Haleth killed.
Aleph isn't even
Again,
bloodied.
Raz, it is your turn. You hear a clamor of goblins and series of arrows shoot out from beyond there, and several of them impact Haleth. In fact, most of them. Yeah, he looks like he stuck his head in a porcupine den.
Bonus action healing word.
Before you do that, I would like to remind you that Haleth actually has regeneration.
That's fine.
Okay.
That's literally all I really feel like doing this turn. Anyway, I'm sorry. Actually, oh wait, I could have. Screw it. Now I'm going to.
What's happening?
Done.
oh my god.
Okay. So Raz beats a hasty retreat towards the secret door, slips around the corner of it, and next up is going to be Haleth.
I will support you all from behind.
Haleth,
It's got a good grope back there.
5, 10, 15,
Azure
20,
wanted to test a
25.
theory on Haleth and see if he actually was essentially immortal.
Yeah, he has regenerated 10 of that damage, and one of the arrows falls out of his chest. He walks up or races up to the nearest goblin that he can, swings his fist, misses on the first one, and hits on the second, causing
A death, yes.
an immediate death. Right. And so the creature, finally, I have one less fucking creature I have to move on my turn. So that's that. And then Deckard, you're up.
Okay. I will use my remaining Blade Song point.
Okay.
Because I kind of want to get in there with him. Support Haleth, unlike some of us.
It's a
I'm
competition.
sorry, I
Val.
healed him already.
Oh yeah, I wasn't talking about you. I was talking about Mr. Grand Piano.
Hey guys, I can play Moonlight Sonata on my armor.
So I am going to run up. I do have 10 extra movement. 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, 35. Okay. To here, and then I'm going to use Green Flame Blade. Or no, I can't do that. I already activated. Oh. All right. Since I already have the concentration effect active on Shadow Blade, I'll just attack 14.
Mm-hmm. I believe in you.
Thanks.
There it is. Okay, so you hit with your green flame blade.
So from there, the flame will jump to Goblin 1, I guess.
Um, sure, if you wanted to.
I have
I
a
think
number
you
of
have a
targets.
choice. Yeah.
Yeah, a big choice.
So one is fine. If when you're going to do the damage, don't forget that you can select multiple creatures as a target by holding control.
Yeah, unfortunately, it's different levels of damage.
Oh, okay. Well, then, do what you got to do.
D8 plus 4. Okay. So 14's taking the regular weapon damage, which is a lot. Where are you, 14? Come down here. There you are. All right, so he's dead. And then 1d8 fire plus 4 on... What did I say, number 1?
Yeah.
Okay.
Although I have no vested interest in any of them surviving, so,
Oh, you don't particularly care for any of them? All right.
No. I haven't named them yet or anything.
Oh. And
I was
he
going to say,
wins.
what about Bob?
Yeah, one of the goblins takes pretty heavy damage there. They are not very resilient, as you are well aware.
All right, I'm done.
But we know we can't fucking hit the fucker, so...
Yeah, that's gonna be a problem. But Sylvia's up, and hopefully she has a plan.
Now that she's cursed one of us and passed it along...
So
Like
unfortunately, both of my AOE spells originate from a spot next to me, so I can't use them yet. But what I am going to do is I'm going to Eldritch Blast a few of the ones further north. Which one is that? Oh, come on.
There you go.
That's better.
Ooh,
Okay. Thin the field a little bit.
nice job.
I don't think I can do anything else, so I'm done.
Who be next?
Bugbear 1.
Yeah. So let me see. He's going to. Um, I don't think he has much of a chance in hell of getting away from Okoru, but
He's going to make a pass at Okoru?
no.
I mean, essentially, that's a bugbear pass right there.
Yeah, he swings at you, but doesn't even come close to connecting, and it is your turn.
All right. Okoru will respond in kind. It's 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 only, gentlemanly. He is going to do a kick. He'll do another kick. I suspect this bugbear is about to go the way of the last bugbear, but I continue to hold my 19 AC, and that is my turn.
Okay, that seems fine to me. Next up is Azor.
Yep, I'm gonna run over here and try and hit this bugbear with my great sword.
Okay.
Clank, 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 clank.
All right, and then I'll slice again. And then use my last 2 movement points to move down.
Hey, we're murder buddies! Yay!
Okay, so you race up and sort of gut that bugbear, and finish your movement headed towards the goblins, who now look pretty fucking afraid. Next up, it is time for the wave of goblins. So let's see here. This guy is going to attempt to scimitar you. He fails. 10, 20, 30. Moves to here. Grabs his short bow. Fires at Silvia. Hits
Ow.
for not especially great damage. This goblin sees Azor rushing at him with a sword bigger than he is, fires across his short bow at him, and then 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30. And actually, for the purposes of this,
Hightails it away.
yeah, he runs the fuck away. I'm gonna make sure that you can see down this way a little more, because you kind of should be able to. Go like that, and then this little bit here so you see where the wall is. And next up, that dude, he's going to fire his short bow here. Misses. 10, 15. Misses. Also thinks that his buddy had the right idea. And then he scrabbles away. 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30. And this guy's going to fire a short bow here. And this one is going to 10, 20, 30. Oops, not in the wall. Please, not in the wall. There we go. And
Kitty, pride yourself into the wall.
there we go. Unfortunately, as he slammed into the wall, he didn't have a very good shot at you. I'm pretty sure at this point that I can just shoot whatever the fuck I want. So, fires at the squishy, hits the squishy, and ba-dunk.
Doesn't Squishy have like 20 AC at this point?
Yeah, it has very good AC. But that, I believe, is still. Am I wrong?
Yeah,
about
what
that?
is your AC, Sylvia?
So it's 17, and I've got mage armor.
So it's 20.
Wow.
Why don't you just cast shield? Do you have shield?
I don't, but I'm also low on like spell slots anyway.
I believe you're at 17 because of mage armor, which
Yeah, that would make more
actually,
sense.
yeah, I can see the party sheet and it gives me a summary of AC for the party. So the three choices that were around you, you actually have one of the lower ACs. So that's why they're peppering you. So next up, fire short bow. Blink. Miss. Next up, 10, 20, 25. And fire short bow. Blink. And
That one honestly should hit
Yeah, you
because
shouldn't.
none of the
Yeah.
others did, but that one, like that, would have hit but didn't because of the system. But that one should have. So you can roll damage.
I don't understand. What's
My AC is 17. The goblin rolled 18, so I should be taking more damage.
Your AC should be lower, and then the +3 it's automatically dropped in. I already discussed this with Alex, and yeah, it's not very straightforward. But like normally, mine's only at 14 when I'm not blade singing because I have the +3 automatically dropped in.
I have the answer. So I'm looking at the calculation. You have 2 from your armor. You have 2 from your shield. So that's 4 right there. And then you have 3
Oh,
Right.
you
from
have a shield. Okay.
3 from your dexterity because you have full dex in the armor that you're wearing. So that's actually 17. So that 17 is not including your mage armor, which adds +3 to your base armor class, which actually means that the calculation of it missing is correct.
Ah, okay.
Which also means that I'm going to be switching to Pummel Deckard because, wait a minute, don't you have the same effect?
Yeah, I have the same effect,
Okay,
but I
so
don't have
you
a shield.
actually, but that's interesting. You show was 18?
Yeah, because I'm blade singing at the moment.
Ah, that's what does it. Okay, so
Yeah.
your armor is still technically slightly higher. So next up is this one. So back to my old pattern.
They should be
Shoot.
going for Haleth. He is the lowest AC.
There you go.
Miss.
He'll never die, but he'll be mad.
Miss. Nope, that's a crit.
Whoa.
God damn it.
Wah. And then this guy's gonna go 10, or 5, 15, 25, 30. He can barely make it to there. Pushes past all the throng of goblins. Fires at Silvia. Misses. This one.
That one's dead.
Oh, so he is. Thank you for pointing that out. Boink. And wait, it took me back to the top of the round. Shit. Goblin. I think that was the last goblin. I'm gonna really hope that was the last goblin.
Yep.
Raz, you're up.
I will use my action to dash.
Okay.
Bonus action healing word on
Okay.
Silvia.
Right. Go ahead.
Then I will use the rest of my move to get to move a little bit farther away.
Okay.
And done.
And done. Haleth is up next. He's gonna wade right into combat here, not completely into the worst place imaginable, and throws out his swing. He uppercuts a goblin, kills it immediately,
Wow.
turns on his compatriot, misses entirely with a nat 1. Let me just eliminate the dead goblin so I don't have that same problem again. And then Deckard is up.
Question: did you say Silvia was wearing armor?
I
I
said,
am.
yeah, but also has mage armor. I think that's what I was talking
You
about.
Oh, yeah.
can't cast mage armor on someone who's wearing armor.
Oh, okay. Well, you
That
can.
must be what I was getting at. I just didn't know
We'll
how to.
Ah.
we'll
Right.
figure it out another time.
I think that's also true of Deckard, is it not?
No, Deckard's not wearing armor.
Oh, okay. Well, then he's fine. But Sylvia, you may want to replace that upon next level up.
Or I'll just take off the armor. There we go.
That's not something you can do in the middle of combat. And yeah,
Okay.
yeah. What you doing, Deckard?
I'm gonna swing at 17 with green flame blade. Uh,
You hit.
oh, almost.
Commanding presence, captivating.
Okay. And then the damage will spread to. Isn't number 1 wounded? I can't tell from here. Oh, no.
I'm scrolling. Let's see.
Maybe
Wait, I
wounded.
thought 1 was wounded.
11 is wounded, not 1.
Oh, okay. Huh. Yeah, I thought 1 got hit by the.
Maybe it got applied to
Where the
11
hell is
instead.
11?
Oh, maybe Haleth took out the wounded one up here.
Yeah, that's probably
That's
what
probably
happened.
what happened.
Or maybe somebody dropped it on 11 instead of 1.
Hey, I wouldn't do that. I would, but I didn't do that.
I don't know.
Anyway, I'll spread the green flame damage to number 1. So that's 1d8 plus 5. 1 plus 4, excuse me.
Okay.
Yay! It kills him anyway.
All right, so
And
that's
that's my turn.
All right, so that's Goblin 1 and 17 down. So next up is Silvia of the pin-cushioned armor.
Silvia just got shot several times, so she is going to run back behind cover.
Before taking her action?
What? No, that's movement.
Right, but you can take your action and then move.
Yeah, you could shoot someone and then run.
That's a good point.
You can
Maybe
even...
the double armor is clogging your brain at the moment.
It is. All right, I'll Eldritch Blast things so that Haleth and Deckard can start pushing through. Or
Yeah, we have a
actually,
lot to
no,
get
I'll
through.
blast some of the ones. I'll blast.
Nice.
Okay.
Okay, and...
Pew pew.
All right, so that's 1 down. Ooh,
That's a natural 1.
you got so
That's a
excited
really natural one.
about just taking out that one goblin that you just kind of like lost your aim on the second one.
Excuse me, I have like 4 arrows protruding from my chest right now.
You're right, it could be a matter of concentration. I mean, it's tough to kind of hold your inner fluids in. Okoro.
Yeah, no, hold on, I'm getting behind cover.
Yeah, you can get behind cover. It's not going to hurt anything. Why does it say Okoru 1? There we go. I fixed it.
Because
All
I am number 1.
There you go.
There you go.
Okay. I drop my Warhammer and pick out my longbow. And I activate Kensei Shot, which will give me an extra d4 on any range damage this turn.
Mm-hmm.
Assuming I can hit fucking goblin.
Nope. There you go. Just needed a 5.
I believe we just learned their AC.
Yep.
Plus an additional d4. So that does not seem to want to drop on him, so I'll just roll in chat.
Okay, and then boop.
Wow. Bare minimum.
On just every dimension possible.
Can kind of be, I was taught to be a lazy shot. I'm going to move down here.
Okay.
15, 20, 20. Yep, that's it for me.
Okay. So that means Azure is up.
All right, I'll walk to here. Do I see any goblins to my left, the eastern side, I should say?
Go like that and go like that.
You found one.
There's one over there.
That's
But
a hard shot. So I'll use last my movement. What do I see down this way?
okay, hold on a second. Here.
Aha.
All right, I'm going to throw a javelin at number 11.
Okay. Not a bad choice on their part to split up.
Poor number 11. Oh,
Dead.
instant death.
Yeah, your arrow was more than the poor creature could take. It collapses. You have no hope of hitting the other one, so anything else? I don't think you have any more movement.
Nope, that's it.
Okay. So then next up is a horde of goblins, firing their short bows off at Deckard. Nope. Nope. Actually, I'm not sure what he's gonna shoot. Let's see about this. If he goes here, let me check the targeting on this because I'm a little dubious. Shit. There goes my timer. Let's see. He's got. I think he's got like a -2 to hit this one. And short bow fires a missile at Okoru and misses.
Actually, that should hit. I'm sorry, I forgot to reset my AC. I
Okay.
should be at a 17,
Should
so
I
that hits.
should I roll damage?
Yes, but he's just going to react and catch the arrow. I don't think they can deal enough damage to him to.
Mhm.
But we'll
Then,
see.
then he
Okay.
can throw it at Goblin 16.
Yeah.
6 points of damage.
Okay, I reduce it down to 0, catch the arrow, and snap at it in my hand. I'm not going to waste the key point to throw it back.
Okay. Actually, it's kind of cool that you don't even have to use one to catch it. So next
Mhm.
up is shortbow wielding goblin fires his arrow. Actually manages to.
Oh, I am not going to allow that. I'm going to cast shield.
Okay. Then they're definitely going. Oh, he has to be there. So he turns on Gareth, seeing the shield come into existence. Deals moderate damage. Short bow. Miss. Short bow. Miss. Short bow. Miss. Wait a minute. I didn't do 6.
Can you give Haleth a fireball scroll or something so we can end this combat?
It's going to carry into the next session for sure.
Oh, but I think Haleth should have that ability.
He should. I mean, he already has enough abilities, so why not?
I
You
know.
just literally need me to get one more level. I will gain Fireball, and this will
Same
all
here.
And then it'll be back to the good old days.
Yes, the very good old days.
And it's funny because I recently rewatched the original Aladdin, and I'm just thinking back to like, oh, the good old days. We cast fireball all over the place, Master. Oh wait, I'm so sorry. That 7 points of damage shouldn't have been dealt, but he'll just regenerate it. He's fine.
Yeah, neither that other
Raz,
fort.
Raz, you are up.
We have 5 minutes. We can kill all these goblins.
Yeah,
Yeah, we
I'm
ought
gonna
to be
go
okay.
right up until about like 9:28, and then we'll call it wherever it is.
Gonna move here. Going to attack with hand.
Okay,
Nice.
that could well kill them.
Yep. All right.
Then back over here. Done.
Another one falls. Haleth is going to move forward. Let's hope that he rolls well. He hits, which is almost certainly Goblin Death. Yep.
Oh yes.
And then we're gonna
Good
roll for the
job,
next
Howard.
one. What?
Oh no.
So pitiful. Deckard, you're up.
Now I can't even use green plate. All right.
Oh, let me also remove the dead goblin just so you don't accidentally.
Well, I can. I just can't have it go anywhere.
I just didn't want you to target something that was dead.
All right. Well, I have to get rid of 4. So I'll just. Where are you 4? Here you are. Okay, that's my turn.
Oops. So that one's been eliminated. Oh, and actually, I gotta extend the. Before I do that, just because I can. From here. Okay, so it goes to there.
I hope my song doesn't run out.
I mean, it could at this point because I'm
Yeah,
keeping
it
track
could. That
of.
would be bad.
We're on round 8. So Silvia, you are up.
Gonna move here. Gonna Eldritch Blast twice to try and thin the herd.
Happy rolling. We'll take it. All right.
Wow.
Shooting the ones in the back.
Excellent.
We'll take it.
Okay. And then running back to cover.
Okay. So now that you have killed 2 of these, I think what I'm gonna do, I think at this point, especially since you really thinned out their numbers in this particular round, Okuru and Azure, I think it's fairly safe to say you guys are gonna annihilate that goblin in the corner. We'll also just annihilate these goblins up here because the chances that you guys are gonna go down is like really minimum. So let's just
Agreed.
close it out, and we'll just end the session like that. And so I'm going to go ahead.
The goblins just explode knowing that they're doomed.
No, I'm just gonna
Half
narratively.
glowed red, and then they all died.
One by one,
Something
he
like that.
fisted them to death. And
Yes.
there we go. 8, 8. Okay,
Oh my.
there we go. Close, 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 close. There we go. So, yeah, that's where we'll leave it. So thanks so much for playing, you guys, and we will pick up here next time.
All right. Thanks for having us.
Just know, from now on, Azure has a second level slot dedicated to him of permanent silence.
Bye, guys.
Bye.
Good
Good
night.
night.
Yeah.